Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video.
Never meant for any of this to happen.
Today we are counting down our top 20 picks for the most anticipated films dropping in 2022.
Are you in?
Embrace the chaos.
The enemy is out there! They are very powerful!
Show the Sky People that they cannot take whatever they want.
He will try to kill you.
If we missed to mention your most anticipated film, be sure to let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Before we begin, I would like to note that some of the release dates to be mentioned may change in future due to the rise in cases of the COVID-19 new variant Omicron. Otherwise, let's get started. At number 20 is The Lost City. The Lost City is a romantic action-adventure starring Sandra Bullock as a reclusive romance novelist who embarks on a book tour with the cover model of her latest book, only for the pair to be swept up in the jungle adventure when a kidnapping attempt goes wrong. Not much else is known except that the film will be directed by the Nee brothers. The Lost City is set to release in theaters on the 25th of March 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Simon Doyle.
Coming in at number 19 is Death on the Nile. Following the surprise success of 2017's Murder on the Orient Express, directed by Kenneth Branagh, he will be returning to direct Death on the Nile and also to star in the film alongside Hollywood great names such as DC's Gal Gadot and Marvel's Letitia Wright. Death in the Nile is set to release in theaters on February 11, 2022, from its previous date of September 17th last year.
I'm sorry, brother. Sorry that I brought you into this. I just wanted things to be the way they used to be.
At number 18 is Ambulance. Directed by Michael Bay and set to star Jake and Abdul Mateen II, The Ambulance is a small-scale thriller about a pair of thieves who unknowingly rob an ambulance carrying a paramedic and a patient in critical condition. This is the remake of the Danish film. It has been in development since 2015, but filming officially finally began in January 2021. Ambulance will be releasing to theaters on April 8, 2022, instead of the earlier February 18, 2022 release date. Moonfall comes in at number 17. Moonfall is an upcoming science fiction action film co-written and directed by Roland Emmerich. The moon is knocked from its orbit by an unknown force and put onto a collision course with Earth. Two astronauts and a conspiracy theorist work together to attempt to avert disaster and discover that the moon is not what it seems. The film stars Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, and John Bradley, and was shot in Montreal. Moonfall is scheduled to be released theatrically on February 4th, 2022. Halloween Ends, number 16, directed by David Gordon Green and co-written by Danny McBride and Scott Teems. Halloween Ends is the 13th film in the Halloween franchise and is a sequel reboot to the Halloween franchise 2018, which due to its great reception led to a full trilogy set to end with Halloween Ends, in which Michael Myers will presumably be defeated forever. Halloween Ends will be in theaters from October 14th.
Hope I'm not too late.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Name's Tails.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Step 1, light taunting. Step 2, I have no idea.
At number 15 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog was one of the last big movies to hit theaters before COVID-19 lockdown went into effect, and became one of the highest grossing films of 2022 with over 320 million worldwide. Due to its success, Paramount got right to work developing a sequel, with director Jeff Fowler still directing the sequel. After the events of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic stays in Green Hills while Tom and Maddie go on vacation, while Dr. Eggman returns in search for the Master Emerald with the help of Knuckles. Sonic, with the help of Tails, sets out to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 hits theaters April 8th, 2022.
The IMF is uniquely trained and highly motivated. Specialist without equal, immune to any countermeasures.
Mission Impossible 7 comes in as the 17th most anticipated film of 2022. Tom Cruise is back in action for the 7th installment of the Mission Impossible franchise that showcases his willingness to engage in death-defying stunts. Christopher McQuarrie will be returning as writer and director of the film as he did with the previous two films, which were certified fresh by Rotten Tomatoes. Hopefully, he'll be able to pull off a hat-trick with the upcoming one. Mission Impossible 7 releases to theaters on September 30th, 2022.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
2 versus 1? Hey, you gotta be kidding.
At number 13 is Top Gun Maverick. We're finally getting a Top Gun sequel over 30 years later with Joseph Kosinski directing. Miles Teller will be playing Goose's son and Val Kilmer will be back as Iceman. The trailer featured Tom Cruise riding motorcycles, playing volleyball, and flying jet as crazy as we expected. Top Gun Maverick hits theaters on May 27th, 2022.
Oh my God!
I shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
The 12th most anticipated film is Sony's Uncharted, directed by Ruben Fleischer and starring MCU's Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. It's an Indiana Jones-styled action-adventure film based on the popular video game series of the same name. It's been floating around in development for more than a decade and officially went into production in the early 2020. It lands in theaters on February 18th, 2022, after several shifts of the release dates.
You can go anywhere you want, right? Any timeline, any universe.
At number 11 is DC's The Flash. In case you haven't heard, it's going to be a multiverse in 2022, and The Flash is going to be DC's contribution to the trend. Though there isn't a lot of details about it, the film is rumored to follow the Flashpoint storyline from the comics, and hence crossovers are inevitable. The Flash will be in theaters from November 4th, 2022. Before unveiling the top 10 most anticipated films, here are some honorable mentions for other great films releasing in 2022. Jackass Forever in theaters February 4th, 2022. Marry Me releases on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2022. The Unbreakable Boy in theaters March 18th, 2022. The Bad Guys in theaters April 22nd, 2022. DC's League of Super Pets in theaters from May 10th. Legally Blonde 3 in theaters May 20th, 2022. And lastly, The Light Year, in theaters 17th, 2022.
It's a globe-trotting story. We visit so many different worlds. This movie isn't afraid to embrace its fantasy and go on this magical journey. I think it's going to be really awesome.
And back to our listing. At number 10 is DC's Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. James Wan returns to direct another shot to World of Atlantis with the DC superhero Aquaman facing the Black Manta and other villains. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of details about the film yet, but when we do, we'll keep you posted. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom will be in theaters over the Christmas holidays from December 16th, 2022.
I've never seen the likes of it before. Having done James Bond for 10 years, 4 films, nothing compares to this.
Coming in at number 9 is DC's Black Adam. Dwayne Johnson has been rumored to star as Black Adam since 2014. Fortunately, it's official, and in 2022, he'll finally hit the big screen and fully join the DCEU as the all-powerful anti-hero. With his nemesis Shazam already in DC, a future on-screen crossover is inevitable. The long-awaited Black Adam hits theaters on July 29, 2022. Jurassic World Dominion follows as the 8th most anticipated film of 2022, with the original stars such as Laura Dern and Sam Neill returning alongside Bryce Dallas and Chris Pratt. Unfortunately, the plot of this film is being kept under tight wraps, though it's safe to say that it might deal with the ramifications of Lost Kingdom as Jeff closed the last chapter of the Jurassic franchise with humans having to learn to coexist with dinosaurs. Jurassic World Dominion is directed by Colin and releases to theaters from June 10th, 2022, with pre-screening from as early as 7th June. At number 7 is Sony's Morbius. Morbius will be Sony's latest entry into its Spider-Verse franchise, with the origin story of the scientist who turns himself into a vampire in efforts to cure himself of a rare blood disease. Michael Keaton, the Vulture from MCU's Spider-Man Homecoming, will make an appearance as seen in the official trailer. His appearance may lead to all kinds of crossovers in the film or future sequels. Directed by Daniel Espinosa and starring Jared Leto, Morbius was set to release in theaters in January 28th, but unfortunately rescheduled to April 1st, 2022. The delay has been rumored to be an attempt to add an Andrew Garfield's cameo to the film.
Michael Morbius. Got tired of doing the whole good guy thing, huh?
What's up, Doc?
Your father died protecting this city.
Freeze, Zach! Halt!
He taught you to follow your conscience in an often cruel world.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever occupies the 6th position of the most anticipated film of 2022. After the unfortunate passing of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman to colon cancer in 2020, Marvel vowed not to risk to recast his role, but instead to focus its sequel on other stars from the film. Directed by Ryan Coogler, the upcoming sequel Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is set to focus on King T'Challa's sister Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. It's also rumored that T'Challa and Nakia had an off-screen son, and he will be guided to the next king of Wakanda. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever premieres in theaters as the 30th MCU film on November 11th, 2022.
You have a strong heart. No fear.
Strong prey on the weak. Nobody does a damn thing.
You will have one chance, Jake.
The return of James Cameron Avatar 2 is the fifth most anticipated film of 2022. It's been over a decade and a half since the release of James Cameron's Avatar, the highest grossing film of all time, and we're finally getting his promised follow-up of Avatar. The new Avatar with James Cameron still directing is set to revolve around Sam and Joe Saldana, who now have a family on Pandora, and when old enemies return, they are forced to evacuate and find a new home. Avatar hits theaters on December 16th, 2022, alongside DC's Aquaman, The Last Kingdom.
Everyone fails at who they're supposed to be, Thor. The measure of a person, of a hero, is how well they succeed at being who they are.
At number 4 is Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder. Marvel Studios' 29th film and the second MCU film of 2022 is the highly anticipated follow-up to Taika Waititi's Thor: Ragnarok, which reinvented Thor's character to the delight of critics and audiences compared to the criticized Thor: The Dark World. Natalie Portman's Jane Foster is said to make a comeback to the franchise, and it's been teased that she will wield Thor's hammer as the goddess of thunder. It's also confirmed that Tessa Thompson, Valkyrie, will be back. Thor will also meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy to face Christian Bale's Gore, the God Butcher. Thor: Love and Thunder hits theaters on July 8th, 2022, after it was rescheduled from a May 6th, 2022 release.
Miles! Miles! You got a minute?
Oh! What? Whoa, Gwen? How did she... How did you get... How have you been?
It's a long story.
Singing in at number 3 is Sony's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. The Oscar-winning Sony's animated Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a big hit, receiving praises from across the critics and audiences as it still sits as the best Spider-Man of all time with a 97% certified fresh from the Rotten Tomatoes. Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 is definitely one of the most anticipated releases of the year, considering it's now known to be just the first of 2 parts. Shamik Moore returns to voice Miles Morales once again alongside Hailey Steinfeld's Gwen Stacy and Oscar Isaac's Miguel aka Spider-Man 2099 joining the team. It's also been confirmed that Issa Rae from Netflix Lovebirds is set to voice Jessica Drew aka Spider-Woman, and it's most likely that Jake Johnson's Peter Parker will be back as well. Before the top 2 most anticipated films of 2022, remember to give us a thumbs up and share the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos and ring the notification bell to be notified of our latest videos and uploads. Some other honorable mentions for films releasing in 2022 include Bros in theaters August 12th, 2022. Ticket to Paradise in theaters October 21st, 2022. The Northman in theaters April 22nd, 2022. Lastly, I Wanna Dance with Somebody in theaters December 23rd.
Bruce Wayne.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be bothering you here, but your people keep telling me you're unavailable.
The second most anticipated, or as some may say, it's the most anticipated film of the year is DC's The Batman, played by Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and directed by Matt Reeves. The film is set in Batman's second year of fighting crime as he uncovers corruption in Gotham City while pursuing the Riddler, a serial killer who targets Gotham's elite. The film is intended to launch a Batman shared universe with 2 sequels planned and 2 spin-off television series in development for HBO Max. The Batman hits theaters on March 4th, 2022.
I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal.
botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man. We started getting some visitors.
The events of Spider-Man No Way Home really set the Marvel Studios' upcoming film to greater heights than ever before.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Why? We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Hence Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness portals itself to #1 as the most anticipated film of 2022. Directed by Sam Raimi from Tobey's Spider-Man and an outstanding cast of Doctor Strange, Wanda the Scarlet Witch and Benedict Wong, Multiverse of Madness is going to be a wild ride. Being the first release of Marvel Studios in 2022, out of the 3 films releasing this year, it has definitely gained a lot of anticipation. It will also be the 28th film from the MCU's lineup. The Multiverse of Madness is expected to directly tie in with the events in Marvel's first Disney Plus series, WandaVision, and possibly Loki or even the animated Disney Plus series, What If?
But I never meant for any of this to happen.
The teaser for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness gave us a taste of what the film will entail, and it's facts on facts that this film will blow minds and break records at the box office.
I need your help.
With what?
What do you know about the multiverse?
Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness premieres to theaters May 6th, 2022 from its previous March 4th release.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
I hope you understand. The greatest threat to our universe
Did we feature all your most anticipated films of the year in our list? Be sure to let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified when we release our next video on what's next for Marvel Studios after the successful and box office record-breaking Spider-Man No Way Home, which drops on Sunday. Thank you for watching. Good luck and goodbye.